Greetings, Galactic Jedis, Patriots, Freedom Fighters, Light Warriors from across the world. How are you guys doing this beautiful evening on the 23rd of what month are we in? September, of course. My God. See, my brain, my head is already in the fifth dimensional Earth where time doesn't exist. So for those that don't know me, my name is Ishmael Perez. I am the author of those two books behind me, The Secret Government, Invisible Architects, Revealing the History of the Cabal, and The Suppressed History of the White Hats, how technically the White Hats have been around for thousands of years. You could actually trace them all the way back to the Council of Atlantis, the original White Council. But anyways, the whole point is I wrote also Our Cosmic Origin, which restores galactic history back to the Earth. Hi, everyone. I see Margarita in the house, New York, Sylvia Vidal, Lucy Flores in the house, Christiani is in the house, Radiant Guardians, Jill Hunt, and welcome everybody else. So today, I do have an update, guys. Things are going to be reaching a climax as we get close to what's going to be happening in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Remember the 5th of November. But before I get into today's update, I do want to let you all know that my course for October, no, not October. Yes, October. We're in September. My course, my new class for October is finally open. And, for those that haven't taken Ascension Basics or Cosmic Origin, I did drop the price to only $200. So it's no longer $400 like it used to be months ago. So make sure you guys sign up because it fills up pretty quick. Go to my website, ourcosmicorigin.com, and secure your spot for the October classes, Ascension Basics or Our Cosmic Origin. Now, with that in mind, I do like to give a date in reference, as today is September 23rd, 2024. But believe it or not, in the year 1875, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Billy the Kid was finally arrested on this date after stealing a basket of laundry. Okay. He later broke out of jail and roamed the American West, eventually earning a reputation as an outlaw and murderer and a rap sheet that allegedly included 21 murders. Holy crap, this guy was probably MK Ultra. Sounds to me like he was just another MK Ultra by the cabal. But let's get right to it, guys. As we are living in unprecedented times, in these critical moments, as we approach the end of a long, dark era, it has become prophesied and inevitable that the White Hats will be exposing the cabal very, very soon, bringing their sinister plans to light for the world to see. This great unveiling is not just about revealing corruption, it's about reclaiming our collective future from the hands of those who have long controlled humanity through manipulation, deception, and fear. So 45, soon to be 47. All right, let's just call him 19th, right? If we go according to the original Constitution, he's the 19th president, who is the frontman of the alliance, stands at the center of this transition of power. A transition unlike anything we've ever seen before in the history of our world. What we are witnessing is a profound shift orchestrated not just by 45, soon to be 47, 19 and his team, but by a global network of forces working in tandem to dismantle the cabal's stronghold over the world. The alliance is preparing the world for a new era where justice, truth, and freedom reign supreme. This preparation, however, has come out at a cost, as multiple assassination attempts continue being made against 45, 46, soon to be 47's life. But rest assured, Patriots, all of these attempts will continue to fail. There's going to be a couple more from what I was told based on looking glass technology. But bear in mind that the Alliance is 10 steps ahead of the Cabal because of the fact that also it is in God's plan that 45 was to return to a second term to finish the job. So the big guy is in charge, okay? So how is this possible? Some of you guys might be asking. Well, the Alliance, with their access to advanced technologies such as looking glass, have foresight into the dates, the places, and the times of these planned attacks. They are always, like I mentioned, 10 steps ahead of the Cabal, ready to counteract any threat before it can manifest. This technology, which allows them to foresee potential outcomes, ensures that 45, 46, soon to be 47, or really just 19th, and other key members of the Alliance remain protected as they guide us through this monumental shift. So, what's even more important to know is that the military, members of our military, of our Navy and Marines have actually stepped up in these unprecedented ways to safeguard Trump. It turns out that some of the members of the Secret Service have been bought out by the cabal. All right, that explains why the guy knew when he was going to be golfing last week. So now the military and certain Marines and Navy SEALs have stepped in, and their involvement is crucial, okay? Especially since the deep state has moles that have infiltrated various branches of the Secret Service, posing, of course, an internal threat. These military forces that have been stepping in understand the gravity of the situation and have taken their roles seriously in defending not only our, commander in chief, but the entire mission for the White Hats. They know that this is not just a battle of politics, but technically it's the battle for the soul of humanity. So right now, key military units have been deployed to several cities, arresting Venezuelan criminals and deep state sleeper cells. These sleeper cells, programmed through MK Ultra, have been laying in wait, ready to act on the cabal's command right before the November event. Okay, they're trying to once again thwart the inevitable victory of our commander in chief. Right, they're going to try to use these MK Ultra sleeper cells to wreak havoc and initiate martial law so that Camel Toe Harris could step into power with no, event. Okay, but that's not going to be the case, guys. The White Hats are on it, and they're going to counteract it so that our commander in chief could come into power once again. So, so the deep state has been using apparently psychological programming for decades to create the sleeper agents. All right. It turns out that every horrific event that we have witnessed, every sniper, all right, the Oklahoma City bombing, what happened in Vegas, what was it, 5 years ago? They were all under the direction of the three-letter agency. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? They were all mind controlled, okay? So the deep state has been using apparently psychological programming to create these sleeper cells, but they know that their time is up. So the Alliance is cutting off these operational networks, all right? That's what they've been working on the last few weeks, guys. They're trying to make sure that the cabal does not do anything before the November event, all right? Ensuring that their ability to create chaos is neutralized, including the possibility of a fake alien invasion, right? Project Bluebeam has been canceled, okay? So just recently, another high-level meeting took place in Area 52, all right? I know a lot of people know about Area 51, but Area 52 is another underground network used by the Earth Alliance military, where Commander Valiant Thor, representing the Venusians, and Commander Cortec of the Interplanetary Communications Network, also representing the Pleiadian Galactic Forces, came together with the Earth Alliance, and in that meeting was, of course, our commander-in-chief, okay? This meeting was focused on the final cleanup of the underground facilities beneath Geneva. So these facilities have long been the hub of the cabal's underground cloning operations and the stronghold of the Swiss banking cartel. And did you guys know that the first cloning center that was installed by Enki and the Luciferian Anunnaki in the African region was named Eve? The first cloning center, thousands of years ago, was actually named Eve because it is believed that the Adamu, not the original immortal celestial race, but the worker race that the Anunnaki, created, just according to the Bible, they took a rib from Adam to make Eve. So that's what they called the first underground facility, Eve. And this was in Eridu. Eridu is the underground facility that was used by Enki. All right, let me continue. So these facilities have long been the hub of the Cabal's underground cloning operations and the stronghold of the Swiss banking cartel. So as the world moves toward a new financial system under GESARA and GESARA, these underground operations are currently being dismantled. And the Alliance, with the help of the Galactic Allies, is doing just that as I speak. So for years, the Cabal has maintained the illusion of control through bodies, through clones, double bodies, you could say, and deep fakes. And I'm sure a lot of people know that, right? The original ones were taken out in 2016 to 2019. So what we're seeing right now is just their clones, okay? So many of these leaders that we see in the television today are not who they appear to be. Some have already been taken down, yet their doubles keep popping up to maintain the illusion that they are still in power. And let me just reiterate something that they want me to share, is that they are on their fifth or sixth clones right now. So when you look at these elites, you are not looking at the second clone or the third clone or the fourth. We are witnessing their final clone, right? Their sixth or seventh clone, which at that point they begin to malfunction, all right? They begin to malfunction because they eventually become more robotic and less organic, right? They don't possess a human consciousness anymore. So they're literally being controlled like droids, okay? So just bear in mind that. So the deception has been a crucial tool for the Cabal. This deception, right, of keeping the illusion that they're still in power through the fake news, but their time is running out. The truth is being revealed, and the world will soon know that these figures, or these sixth, seventh, eighth clones that they are now, are no longer in control. The transition we are experiencing is far bigger than just a political movement. It is the shift from darkness, right, that began in 2420 BC, right, when Babylon took power, one into light, from oppression into freedom. And as we watch the final days of the Cabals unfold, know that the Alliance, the Earth Alliance, the White Hats, are in full control, and that the future is one of hope, peace, and prosperity for all humanity. The truth cannot be suppressed any longer, and soon the world will witness the triumph of light over darkness. Now, the media won't tell you this, of course, right? And the politicians certainly won't admit it. But every move that our commander-in-chief makes is another step toward the total liberation of humanity from the clutches of the deep state. This isn't just about policy shifts, it's about dismantling the very system that has enslaved us for millennium. Okay, picture a world with no income tax, no social security tax, no overtime tax, in fact, no taxes at all. Okay, this is the reality of GESARA and NESARA, and our commander-in-chief is going to bring that about as soon as he comes back into office. All right, it is inevitable. So let's look at his recent announcement in Tucson, Arizona, when he did mention eliminating overtime taxes. All right, this wasn't just a political move. Okay, it was a strategic signal, part of a broader GESARA plan. By cutting these taxes, our chief and commander is doing more than just putting extra money in the pockets of hardworking Americans, but he's also dismantling the financial chains that have kept us under the thumb of the global elite. This is a direct assault on the Federal Reserve, the IRS, and the very system of debt slavery that the cabal has used to bleed this country dry. But the signs are clear, if you're paying attention, that our commander-in-chief isn't just hinting at GESARA, he is flashing a neon sign showing the world that the old system is coming to an end. Okay, he did mention in one of his interviews about a week ago, I don't know if it was on Fox, but it was on one of those shows, right? The non-cabal stations, where he said that it is going to be a shocker to most, the things that they are going to reveal when he comes back to office, right? He's letting us know, guys, that they're going to be exposing everything. Okay, beginning with, of course, the JFK files. Okay, so the new financial system underpinned by GESARA is set to empower every citizen by abolishing the debts and taxes that have chained us to this corrupt system for so long. So at the heart of this movement, it is a battle for darker and more complex than it is a battle for darker and more complexes than anyone can imagine. So since 2016, our commander in chief has spearheaded an underground war against the darkest forces of our time. These forces, hidden within the global network of power, have infiltrated every level of government and society with a grip on humanity that stretches across the globe. Human, trading, let's just call it that, TRAFFICKING, a vile trade stretching even beyond our planet, right? If you want to go into the off-world programs, human DNA is the most valuable commodity when it comes to the exchanges that are taking place with non-terrestrials, right? They are selling our DNA. Well, not us, but the interplanetary corporate conglomerate, which is the off-world branch of the cabal, has been doing that for over 70 years until recently, all right? Thank God for the Earth Alliance and the Galactic Alliance that were able to put a stop to that. Okay, so that's one of the things that our commander-in-chief has been fighting, so him and the alliance are doing everything in their power to make sure that this human trade does not ever happen again. Okay, so special forces, armed to teeth and trained for combat in these underground facilities, right? And they have been apparently dismantling these vile operations piece by piece for many, many years. And they are so close to finishing the job, I believe, that they are about 98% finished. Okay, so they're almost done with that, guys. You won't be hearing these battles going on, underground in the mainstream media, but they have been happening since 2014. Okay, 2015 to be exact. Okay, right before he came into his first term. So these underground facilities, known as dumps, deep underground military bases, aren't just hideouts that they have been known to be vast networks where the elites have traded not just human lives but unimaginable wealth, gold, silver, diamonds, priceless artifacts, all hidden away to fund their twisted agendas. So the tides have turned, however, all right? The Alliance now controls the majority of these dumps and is systematically tearing down the walls of these underground empire. And all of the gold, silver, and diamonds, and all these priceless artifacts that have been hoarded by the cabal are now in the hands of the Alliance. This operation of hoarding, all the diamonds and the gold reserves, which a lot of them came from Africa, began with the Round Table, initiated in the late 1800s by Cecil Rhodes, who was working for the Rothschilds, and John Ruskins. I detail that very good in The Secret Government. Again, the whole history is there, guys. But it's now coming to an end, okay? The cabal. And if the enemy resists, okay, they're met with a full force of tactical nukes. So I don't know if you guys know, but some of these earthquakes that have been going on throughout the states, right, have been initiated by the White Hats to destroy some of these cabal underground facilities, okay? So this is a war that we have been winning, okay? Our commander-in-chief's administration has backed this effort with over 500 million, okay? And 28 out of 30 Army brigades are trained specifically for underground combat. And that means that, yes, they are given weaponry that could actually take down some of the reptilians that they have been encountering, all right? So the cabal is out of hiding places overall, which is a good thing. So, but the battle is not just fought in the underground. It was brought to my attention by Valiant Thor that the duels were recently re-engineered exactly 2 weeks ago and used by the cabal to burn California down well, they tried, of course, in the surrounding states. Okay, so about a week ago, the Earth Alliance began to counteract the situation by immediately, once again, removing the dues from the cabal. So California, once the crown jewel of liberal decadence, became under siege. The directed energy dues fires devastating the states were not mere accidents. All right, apparently they re-engineered the technology exactly 2.5 weeks ago, and that explains what happened in California about 2 weeks ago. But these are deliberate. So therefore, these were deliberate acts of terror designed to destabilize the population and create chaos. But the Earth Alliance, in an effort to fix the situation, dropped millions of gallons of water that were hoarded by the corrupt state officials, all right, that have been released to quench the flames and restore the land. Not just in California, it was also in Oregon, I believe in surrounding states. I think it was Ohio, New Mexico, or Arizona, but it was in several other states. Okay, but California got the worst of it. It's not just about saving California; it's about exposing the treacherous politicians who have turned their backs on the American people and bringing justice. Excuse me. Bringing justice to the limelight, right? To the corrupt, exposing the corrupt. So, at the forefront of this justice are the true patriots like David Strait and Admiral Crandall. These American heroes are delivering divine justice through the Uniform Code of Military Justice, abbreviated as UCMJ, which supersedes federal law and delivers blows to the cabal that no civilian could ever hope to match. So at Guantanamo Bay, did I pronounce that word right? Guantanamo. At Guantanamo Bay, the conviction rate has been 100%. The evidence is irrefutable, and all of that will be shown to us, okay? The White Hats have it all, every secret, every hidden crime, every last piece of the puzzle. They are just taking down individuals, right? They are dismantling an entire network of corruption that has festered for centuries, well, technically for a millennium. So let it be clear that this is not just about, our chief and commander. It is about GESARA. It is a global effort. It's about the complete and total transformation of our planet. The end of the deep state is inevitable, and the new world is coming, a world of abundance, freedom, and true justice, guided by the steady hand of course, our commander-in-chief and his unwavering commitment to the people, despite how many times they've tried to stop him. Okay, so this battle isn't just confined to the earth. Okay, 45, soon to be 47's alliance with Elon Musk is part of a broader plan to establish an independent communication and financial system beyond the reach of the elites. Musk Starlink, offering free global Wi-Fi, is the backbone of a revolutionary new network. I'm speaking about the good Elon, all right? Like I mentioned, he has the potential of light and dark. So I'm speaking about the good Elon here, unbreakable and beyond the control of tech giants. It has come to my attention that by the end of this year, Mr. Musk is going to own all the social media platforms. And I do believe that he is in the process of buying out this, Fluff and Facebook. But again, at the end of the year, he's going to have absolute control of all the media platforms, and he's going to be ensuring free speech for everyone. So this network will ensure the free exchange of information, complete uncensored, as the deep state's grip on communication crumbles. So Elon's advanced military technology, developed in partnership with the White Hats, is more than just cutting-edge technology. It is a bridge for the future. It's connected to the infrastructure of GESARA, future phones, right? We talked about the 17th letter of the alphabet, that are going to be the new phones. We're going to go from iPhones to the 17th letter of the alphabet. Future non-centralized economies, and a world where the power truly belongs to the people. This is just the beginning, guys. The battle is fierce. The path is rugged. But make no mistakes, we are on the cusp of a world where the power belongs to the people, and the darkness has no place to hide. Always stay informed, of course, and no matter what, do your own research and know that the best is yet to come. Now, another thing they want me to share with you guys, this is regarding the return of wormwood, according to the Bible, Planet X, Nemesis, or let's just call it Nibiru, because it is almost here. All right. Many people have been taking pictures of two suns. All right. Well, the second smaller sun is the return of Nibiru. Nibiru does have a tendency of coming into our solar system every 3,600 years. So they wanted me to share with something with you guys that we don't have to be alarmed about it. All right. The Earth Alliance has known for quite some time about the returning of planet Nibiru. The massive celestial body, also referred to as wormwood in ancient texts. Wormwood, I'm sorry. So in ancient texts, it is known as wormwood, right? While the mainstream media remains silent, the Alliance is preparing to take control of the airwaves when the time comes to inform the world about Nibiru's approach and what it means for the inhabitants of Earth. So once Nibiru reaches closest point to our solar system, the public will be notified. By then, Elon Musk will have absolute control of all, the media. Well, him and the White Hats, but he's going to be the face of that, through Starlink. But once it comes really close to our solar system, the Alliance will inform us, right, that we are not to fear or panic, rather with assurance and just to rest assured, because they do have a plan, okay? They do have a plan for that. So the Galactic Alliance, composed of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations, have stepped forward to ensure that Nibiru's passage through our solar system is not only safe, but also part of a greater cosmic plan. Apparently, Nibiru, often referred to as the Battlestar planet, right, is being guided by galactic forces. It's being piloted carefully to mitigate the intense gravitational effects that have historically caused massive disruptions on Earth in prior returns. But this time, they have set up an advanced strategy, the Galactic Alliance with the Earth Alliance, and are taking or initiating protective measures to shield our planet, right, from the debris, because Nibiru also has a lot of satellites that are revolving around it. All right, so they're going to be protecting our planet from the debris, right, that could cause certain asteroids to hit us. But it's not going to happen because they're going to be taking protective measures to shield our planet and its inhabitants from the gravitational disturbances that could otherwise result in catastrophic events such as tsunamis and earthquakes. So that's not going to happen, guys. All right, they are on it. Okay. So in the past, it is well known that Nibiru's appearance has been associated with floods, earthquakes, and dramatic shifts in the Earth's climate, leading to widespread destruction. But that's in the past. Okay. This is why ancient civilizations held such reverence and fear for the return of this wandering planet. However, things are a little different now, okay? We are living in what is known as the fullness of time, right? A pivotal era where the old ways of fear and control are dissolving, and humanity is rising into a new consciousness, into a new Earth. So the Galactic Alliance understands the importance of this moment and has taken steps to ensure that Nibiru's return is a signal of transformation rather than destruction. There is another critical element in considering with the return of Nibiru, the potential triggering of the Great Solar Flash. Some are speculating that when it returns, many are saying that it's going to return very, very soon, perhaps in the next few months. That might trigger the Great Solar Flash, which is a good thing because that's going to cause the bifurcation of timelines. That's going to completely eliminate us, or not eliminate us, but move us and set us apart. That's the word I was looking for. Set us apart from the AI timeline so that we won't experience the Neuralink in the future, right? And the technocratic dystopia. So that's going to be a different reality, all right? So many believe that this time Nibiru could trigger what is known as the solar flash. Now, the alignment of celestial bodies, particularly the gravitational influence of Nibiru could create the conditions for the long prophesied solar flash, an event that would send waves of light frequency energy across the planet, catalyzing a mass awakening and rapid evolution of consciousness. For those who are prepared and aligned with these higher frequencies, this event will be a turning point, a moment where humanity steps into its true potential, right? Where we go from Homo sapiens sapiens to Homo luminous or Homo galactus, right? The other 10 strands of our DNA reactivate, and there won't be no need for us to merge with technology. All of our abilities would return organically, right? As we were made in the image of God. So the Bible refers to Nibiru as wormwood, and it has long been associated with great calamities. Yet, what many don't realize is that the return of wormwood is not just a sign of judgment or destruction, right? For the righteous and the meek, this is the heralding of a new age, the millennium, a golden age, right? The Tatra Yuga, according to the Indian texts, as described in every spiritual account. This time, Nibiru's return will signal the inheritance of a new earth by those who are aligned with truth, compassion, and love. So, as Nibiru draws near, the earth and its people are being prepared for this massive shift, right? These energies, the energies are rising, and the old systems of control apparently won't be able to exist anymore when Nibiru returns, right? And even the Pentagon has been warning us about the return of Nibiru. And they are the ones that are in fear, by the way, because they know that this time, when Nibiru returns, that the wicked are going to be taken out. Okay, so the Galactic Alliance is assisting us not only in guiding Nibiru, but also in raising the collective vibration of the Earth, ensuring that this planet event serves as a catalyst for ascension rather than devastation. The meek and righteous are foretold that will be inheriting this new earth, and the new earth will not be, one ruled by fear, war, or suffering. It will be a place where humanity lives in harmony with nature, returning back to the organic way of life. Again, that's going to cause a split in timelines, where we're going to go into a positive earth ascending timeline, right? And the billionaires or the wicked are going to be eliminated, but some of them are going to try to cheat and connect themselves to the Borg, right? Or upgrade themselves by integrating with technology to go into a, what we call a digital matrix, all right? That's not going to be in our reality, guys, okay? So also bear in mind that, for those that have read our cosmic origin, by now you should know that the true history of Nibiru was not, one of destruction. The original Nibiru was inhabited by the guardian races, right, from Sirius B. And it has always been guarded or used by the guardian races up until about 2420 BC, when Marduk, the son of Enki, right, created an army of clones on the deserted planet Mars, right? When his time came to rule, as we approached the age of Aries, which was his age to rule, ending the age of the bull, which is the age of Enlil Zeus, which of course was full of prosperity and abundance. So he knew that his time would come. So what he did is he overthrew Anu, his uncle, in 24 BC. And at that point, Marduk has been in control of Nibiru since then. But just recently, as revealed in my book, Marduk was forced to step down, Belial Baal, also known as Belial Baal, and now Nibiru is once again under the control of the Guardian Alliance. Okay, so we don't have nothing to worry about. Nibiru was only controlled by Marduk and the negative Anunnaki for just a few thousand years. About 5,000-6,000 years to be exact. But recently he has definitely stepped down. So the New Earth Alliance and the Galactic Alliance are working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that this transition is smooth, that humanity is protected, and that this event signals the beginning of the Golden Age. The time is coming when the truth about Nibiru, Wormwood, and the great cosmic plan will no longer be hidden. The Alliance will make sure that when Nibiru is closed, the people of the earth will know not to fear, Of course, not to fear, but have hope. The old cycles are ending and a new era is about to begin. This is the moment we've been waiting for, and the return of Nibiru will be the key that unlocks the gates to a future, a better future for us all. Now, I do want to make another. I do want to make another clarification here, guys, about Nibiru. It is believed that within the highest levels of the deep state, they've known of their return, right? Of Nibiru returning and so on and so forth. So they actually have been fearing this day because they know that the descendants of the good Anunnaki, those that come from Enlilsus, are going to activate upon the return of the planet in which their ancestors came from. Okay. And I am referring to those that are Rh negative blood type, right? If you're Rh negative blood type, chances are is that you are descendants of the angelic Anunnaki. And so the Cabal, who has had access to the hidden prophecies, have always known that when Nibiru returns, that their time would be, that their time is up, right? You could say that they know that a new set of gods and goddesses, which is what I call the rise of organic human 3.0, right? Superhumans or metahuman, would rise to overthrow all the wicked, all the wicked. So the return of Nibiru actually signifies the activation of the descendants of King David, Joshua, and Mary Magdalene. So it is believed that they are in the millions now, all right? So whoever they are, just bear in mind that when Nibiru returns, you guys are going to have access to amazing abilities, and you guys are going to be more powerful than the gods and goddesses of old. All right. So if you guys have any questions for me, I do want to acknowledge some of you guys here. I see Starbolt is in the house, Claire's in the house, Andromeda Daisy is in the house, Charla Marie is in the house, Amanda Tumpori is in the house, Richard, is it Garbelt is in the house, Petra Silben is in the house, Carol Crawford is in the house, Andromeda Daisy, I've already mentioned that. Mathis Chronicles is in the house. I said your name, Mathis. I hope you're happy. Let's see. Who else is in the house? MJF is in the house. Radiant Guardians is in the house. Tino is in the house. Let's see who else in the house. The chat is going so fast. New York is in the house. All right. And everyone else, all 1,000. Well, it says here because I am broadcasting on Facebook, TikTok, and I think Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and see. Okay, so overall, on all my platforms, there's almost 2,000 people in the house. But just on my YouTube channel alone, I do want to welcome exactly about. I want to welcome all 1,800 people that are in the house. So just on YouTube alone, I have 1,800 people. Welcome. And on my YouTube channel, on my other accounts, I have a little over 1,000 people. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to take some questions. Please, guys, type your questions in capital letters so that I could bypass the chat. I guess putting on my glasses would work. So what is the poster? This is a lion. This is a lion representing the house of David, the house of Joshua. And this is a Knight Templar that protected the Holy Grail. So that is the face of the lion with the Knight Templar that vowed to protect the Holy Grail lineage. That's what that picture is, for those that were wondering. Yes, I know in the previous interview I had with Michelle Fielding, she said that the QFS is not going to be ready till 2026. But because time is speeding up, it looks like the QFS is going to happen according to the ending of the original Mayan calendar, which is at the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. So it's okay to agree to disagree, guys. Not every truther, is aligned with the same dates. But I personally believe, because of the Mayan calendar ending at the end of this year, we are definitely going to be seeing something happening either at the end of this year or beginning of next year. Or perhaps in the next few weeks, who knows? When is the dark web going to be dismantled? Well, I mean, just like any other corrupt system or infrastructure, I believe that when they activate Starlink and Project Odin, all of that stuff won't exist anymore. Absolutely. Ishmael, is GESARA and GESARA going to happen before the return of Wormwood? That is a very good question. It could. It could happen simultaneously, but I believe that it could because of the fact that our commander in chief is definitely having a second term to finish the job that he couldn't do in 2016. Are Andromedan beings going to, oops, that went a little too fast. Ishmael, do you think that the 13 chosen that will lead the 144,000 are the direct sons and daughters of Zeus? Absolutely. Well, you have to understand that there are millions of descendants, all right? But out of it's about 12% of the population that are descendants of Zeus. So out of those 12%, um, there are a few that carry even a higher concentration of his blood. So I would say yes, and those 13 are also equivalent to 13 Elohim or oversouls that have the potential of 144 strands of DNA to activate when the solar flash takes place. I mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. All right. Some of the old souls that have volunteered to come back to this planet to help with the ascension of the Earth are not just Pleiadians, are not just Andromedans or Arcturians or ETs. They are also angelics. They're archangels that have come back in human form. And some of them are even the creator gods and goddesses of universes that have also returned to this planet in human form. Nibiru, how will we see it? Kathy Kurg is asking. Does it come in as a star or poof? It will be seen as a big planet. No, in fact, a lot of people that are taking pictures of the sunsets in the last years have been noticing that there is a second sun that is approaching our solar system. All right, so it is on its way, and we will definitely know. I guess the best way to describe this is, remember the movie Star Wars when the planets look so close, right? The planets look like they're just right next to us. That's how we're going to be able to see Nibiru. It's going to be huge. And the galactics are putting us under a bubble, a rescue bubble of emergency. You could say an emergency rescue shield that will not allow the gravitational forces of Nibiru to, wreak havoc across our planet. So that way we have a smooth transition into the new Earth. Were the Zetas right? No, the Zetas are not good. Those are not our friends. The Zetas from Zeta Reticula 1 and Zeta Reticula 2, those are part of the NAA. They are part of the Negative Alien Agenda Syndicate. Would you do a live with Sky Prince? Again, I reached out to her and she said she couldn't be collaborating with anybody else on a live. So, it's fine. At least she was able to respond. If you are a creator, are you Elohim? Well, yes. What I mean by the 13 are the Elohim. There are 13 adepts, as I revealed in our cosmic origin, right? The 13 that are the administrators of the 13 cosmic rays that have also incarnated in human form. And yes, they are 12-dimensional conscious beings that have stepped down all the way down to the 3D realm in a human avatar. Absolutely. Are 4D, 5D, and 6D be on the same Terra Earth or separated? That's the next octave that the Earth is moving into. So the older souls are going to have access to 5D Earth and 6D Earth. And the young souls, or the Earth Terrans, are going to only be in the 4th Earth. And at the end of the millennium, after we win the war against AI and the Phantom Matrix, then they're going to be able to upscale and upgrade into the 50 or 60 as well. Hi, Ishmael. Will starseeds who are Rh positive not activate their abilities? No, they will. Okay. The only difference between starseeds that are Rh positive, that have the monkey primitive gene, and the starseeds that are, part of that are descendants of the Holy Grail that are Rh negative, is that the starseeds that are Rh negative are going to have amazing abilities. But bear in mind that all the starseeds are going to develop some spiritual gift, very similar to the X-Men, right? So some are going to be telepaths, some are going to be teleporters, some are going to be able to defy gravity, some are going to be able to control the weather like storm. However, those that are Rh negative are going to have like multiple abilities. But it has to be in that way because those are the oldest of souls, right? They have to make sure that everyone else is using their powers for good, right? To keep everybody else in check, you could say. And those are going to be the most righteous souls on the planet. And just to let you guys know, when the solar flash takes place and we activate our dormant DNA, even if you are Rh positive, you're going to undo the monkey gene, which is only 4% of your genetic material. So you're going to be able to undo the primitive gene of Homo erectus. And again, you could thank Enki for that. All right. Enki was the one who downgraded us, or downgraded 89% of the human population today. Ishmael, how do you know in which dimension we are in? Well, believe it or not, some of us are consciously already elevated into the 4th Earth. Other ones of us are in the 5th Earth consciously. And some of us, very few, are already in the 6th Earth consciously, all right? Which means that when the solar flash takes place, that's where their bodies are going to go to. But we first evolve mentally before we take our bodies with us. Now, if you guys want to know more about the mechanics of ascension, again, I have a new class that starts in October 21st, I believe. So go to my website, or cosmicorigin.com. It's only $200 for 4 classes. And then I break down, ascension dimensions, the difference between 3D mentality, 4D mentality, 5D mentality, and so on and so forth. Stuart Williams, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. He's asking, what will happen with full contact sport in the positive timeline? And did you say wormwood? No, it's wormwood, spelled WORM, like the second one, and then WOOD, wormwood. So what will happen to sports? Well, in the positive timeline, we're still going to have art, we're still going to have music, we're still going to have theater, but it's all going to be geared towards spiritual evolution. So even the sports are going to be more like a way of developing our, our dormant abilities, right? Since the star seeds in the new world are going to have abilities like superhuman abilities, they're going to have the opportunity to mentor the younger souls, the earth terrans, so that they could also begin through meditation and through spiritual practices, they could also begin to unravel their abilities. But they have to do it in increments because, again, the earth terrans are younger souls, all right? A lot of the earth terrans, believe it or not, graduated from animal bodies, right? Even the animals have souls into human bodies. So that means that some of your pets are going to be graduating into a human body in the new world. This is a question from David Williams. Will Andromeda beings have bases on Earth? They already do, brother. The Andromeda beings, as well as the Arcturians and many other non-world, off-world entities, have had bases on Earth for thousands of years, actually for millions of years to be exact. And then your next part of the question is, what jobs will 6D beings do on the Earth? At the level of 6D, which is really close to approaching a social memory complex unimind mentality, all we do at that point is just monitor and guard and make sure that the intelligences that exist in the lower realities are moving, upward in the ascension process. So the beings in the 60, all they do, like pretty much like the Andromedans are 60 beings, right? Some of the Arcturians are 60 beings. All they do is monitor and watch and guard. That's all they do. This is a super chat from one of the Galactic Jedis. What is the deal with the second moon NASA says will be orbiting Earth for the next 2 months? That is a good question. In fact, that is actually a huge asteroid, right? A huge asteroid that was initially heading towards Earth, which was going to cause a huge impact. But again, it was mitigated by the Galactic Alliance. So now it's going to be orbiting us. So, yes, as a result of that, we are going to be seeing a second moon in the next few months. So that is a huge asteroid that was thwarted off of the orbit, right, and coming into the Earth. But again, it was mitigated by the Galactic Alliance. So now we're going to be seeing it as the second moon. No, the Anunnaki never left. Well, the negative Anunnaki. The positive Anunnaki, the angelic, Pleiadian, Lyran, Syrian Anunnaki, they all had to go about 5,000 years ago to go fight in the AI war. But unfortunately, we were left under the control of the negative Anunnaki. And no, they stayed around, guys. In fact, Eridu, which is under Africa, it's an underground city in Africa, Eridu, that was the main base of Enki. All right. So the Anunnaki state, the negative Anunnaki have been here, ever since. They never left the scene. Who do you think's been controlling the cabal and pulling the strings for thousands of years? The Anunnaki, the negative Anunnaki, of course. Can you explain what a starseed is? Welcome, Space Shy to Zoo. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And while you're at it, give me a like. A starseed is an advanced soul from the fifth dimensional level of reality and above that decided to come back into a third dimensional reality, right? Because Earth was dropped into a lower octave after the cataclysm of Atlantis. We fell into consciousness, right? So a starseed is a volunteer soul that has been incarnating since the 1940s and 50s. There's been different waves of starseeds, and now they're coming in like in the numbers. Like a lot of these babies are crystal babies, right? So therefore, that's who they are. They are advanced souls that have returned to the lower level of reality in order to help the Earth reinstate herself back to her fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional level of reality. Ishmael, will 45 have any power in Canada? Well, from what I understand is that there is a coalition of many, many countries that are going to overthrow all the corrupt officials worldwide. So there is going to be a new person filling in the role of the Canadian Prime Minister as Canada also becomes restored. And yes, they're going to be working with the alliance as well. Again, guys, type your questions in capital letters. Who is Megatron? Well, isn't he the villain in the Transformers series? It's funny because even in the series of the Transformers, Megatron is very closely right related to Omega Metatron, which is the AI god. So it's part of disclosure, right? Yes, New York is asking Ishmael, do you think we're going to have telepathy with our pets after the ascension? And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. Will the arc in the Atlantic cause problems for the East Coast? No, not at all. And it's been confirmed that there are multiple arcs of the covenants, by the way, guys, not just one. Thank you for reminding everybody to subscribe and share Radiant Guardians. Please do, everyone. Thank you. It helps my channel grow. Yes, I know. Junk DNA is not junk. It's really our crystalline genetics that connects us to the other dimensions. It is the genetics of our spiritual light body, actually. So yeah, it's not junk. It's just that's a term that the scientists use to describe it, but it's not junk. It is the real DNA. It is our divine DNA, you could say. All right, this is a good question. This is a good question. This is from Tracy Corson. She says, when there is the timeline split, doesn't a piece of our soul fragment stay with the old timeline, as well as a piece of our soul fragment continue on the positive timeline? No, you are going to have recollection of all of your life forms, but no, you're not going to your entire. In fact, you're going to be embodying more of your consciousness. You're going to be integrating with higher versions of yourself as we go into the positive timeline. Are we getting a new sun? Somebody's asking, and the answer to that is no. Our sun is actually undergoing metamorphosis from a yellow sun to a white sun because in the fifth dimensional Earth reality, we have to have a white sun, right? Because that's what's going to allow us to activate our dormant DNA and exist in higher levels or higher dimensions at the same time. So, no, our sun is going through a transformation. So, Ishmael, so were most of the gods of mythology true? This is a question from Jay Jones. Well, they weren't gods. They were extraterrestrials. You know, we had two factions. We had the angelic ETs, which were mainly the positive Anunnaki from Lyra, from the Pleiadians, from Sirius. And then we had the negative Anunnaki, which were reptilians, Zetas, and Greys. So the gods of mythology were extraterrestrials, right? You had positive extraterrestrials and you had negative extraterrestrials. All right, guys, one more question. Any updates on the missing little ones? This is a from High Vibe Tarot. From what I know, is that a lot of these, you know, little ones that have been taken from the border, are the Earth Alliance has also been recuperating them. Okay, so they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Unfortunately, some of them didn't make it, but those that did are being rehabilitated as I speak. So the Earth Alliance is on it, all right? That's why they need to shut the border ASAP. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful evening. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. May the God Force be with each and every single